Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and our guest today is Bill Kerig, the CEO and founder of RallyMe. Bill, thank you very much for joining us. It's exciting to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Devin.
Well, Bill, you've been working, your whole career really has been in sports, and it's fun that you've now found a way to apply that to an interesting crowdfunding business model. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, we took a look at, and you're correct. I've been in sports all my life and in different ways. And one thing that I noticed is that the cost of participating in sports is going up, sometimes astronomically. However, the support from the large centralized apparatus, colleges, high schools, communities, the support is going down, the financial support. So I took a look at solving a problem, getting more athletes in contact with the funding they needed to pursue their athletic dreams and goals. And so we launched RallyMe, which has now become the #1 crowdfunding platform for athletes, teams, and athletic organizations. And we launched about 2.5 years ago, and we help athletes, their teams, their organizations connect with boosters who are out there who will help them achieve their sporting goals.
So this is everything from Little League to the U.S. Olympic team, right?
Absolutely. And so our vision is that RallyMe become the de facto standard for all athletic fundraising, and that no athlete should ever have to give up their sporting goals for lack of a relatively small amount of funds. So that's our goal, and we started at the top. It's still sports marketing, so we felt a need to, in order to get to the most athletes, especially at the grassroots where our hearts really lay, we had to start at the top with the elite athletes. And so we started with Olympians. We started pre-Sochi. We had 124 Olympic hopefuls raise money on RallyMe. Of those 124, we had 28 who made it to the games thanks to the funding they connected with on RallyMe. And we got 5 medals from RallyMe athletes, which put us just ahead of Great Britain in the medal count.
That's awesome. I love it. I love that measure of success. So give us some sense of what's going on the site today. You started with the elite athletes, the Olympians, going to Sochi. Where are you now?
So in order to effectively work with Olympians, first of all, but to communicate with the most number of athletes we were able, we went to the national governing bodies of each sport. So every single sport in the world and in every country has a national governing body, and their job is to write the rules for the players, for the referees, sanction venues, and fund developing athletes all the way up to national teams. So we partner with national governing bodies, and the first one that we partnered with was USSA, which is the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Association. I can make an announcement today too. Now it's been 2 years in partnership with USSA, and they just crested the $1 million raised on RallyMe mark. So, we're so proud of that. So $1 million is a lot of money if you think about our average contribution currently is running at $121. So that's a lot of people giving a little bit of money to help a lot of athletes achieve their dreams.
It tells you, though, that there is a lot of passion in the world for athletics, and it's inspiring, I guess, to all of us to see people really achieve at the limits of their capability, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think that, worldwide, I think passion for athletics is probably only matched with passion for religion. And sometimes I think it goes beyond, it is at a higher level. certainly
Well,
international soccer.
yeah. I was just going to say, you start thinking about Manchester United, and that seems to some of the fans for their soccer teams does seem to exceed even their passion for religion or country.
Exactly. And it's not only at that high level. I mean, the reason we're doing this whole thing is we really believe in sports. We believe that participation in athletics are good for humans. I'm not trying to advocate sit on the couch and watch Man U or Chelsea go at it. What we really want and where we see real value is, I believe that athletics are a great environment to create good values and good habits, especially in young people. It's been that way in my life, and I'm fortunate to have found this and maybe a way to give a little back and to help others pursue that. There are lots of other ways to learn great values and great life skills, but sports is one that sometimes people don't think through, particularly for young women. I have a son and I have a daughter. For young women, sports is a really special place to learn values and leadership and how to lead, but also how to be led and how to participate as a team. So that's what we're super focused on, is making sure that young people have a chance to participate in sports.
That really is a great value you're adding to the community. But tell us, Bill, why do you care about athletics? Why do you care about kids? Why do you do this? There's so many things you could be doing. You're bright, capable, successful. Why this?
Well, we all try and find our place in the world, and we all try and find what we can do at a certain age, what we can do to help others. And or at least we hope that most of us cross that threshold at some point. For me, the coaches and the teammates and all the people that I met in my road through sports shaped, certainly the best of who I was or who I've become. And it's cliched, I know, but at a certain point, I wanted to help others also do that. So for me, it was about giving back. I was an ice hockey player as a kid. I was a collegiate ice hockey player. I was lucky enough to be captain of my team in college. And then I had another 10 years of being a professional skier. And that was a blessed road that I got to go down. And I personally really care. I see it in my kids. I coach a few hockey teams. I coach my daughter's all-girl team, and I coach my son's travel team. And I see it happening, with the youth. I see the good things being passed along, and I want to try and facilitate that. And I especially hate that a kid can't participate in something that I think is important because maybe they don't have $1,200, maybe they don't have $3,200. It's a relatively small amount of money when there's so much wealth in the world, and we just work to connect those two facets.
Now, everybody faces challenges in life. I'm sure you're not exempt from challenges. A lot of us, when we face challenges, look to a role model, an example, to inspire and guide us or to help us make tough decisions. Who do you look to as a role model?
I look to a lot of people, and some of the people I look to are the ones who have really stepped up and taken a chance and forged a new path, gone into the forest where there was no path. I love what Patrick Byrne has done with World Stock. I love that model of, he's stepped up to help artisans in the third world, in the poorest, most dangerous countries, by providing them a marketplace for their goods, for their wares. And he pays them, it's not a nonprofit, he pays them a very fair wage. World Stock actually makes a 1% net profit. I love the model. It's sustainable. It's not reliant on other people's generosity, which is great, but it can be fickle. I love what he has done. I love the way he has stepped up and taken a big chance. He's a public company CEO who's put his heart first and done something really impressive with World Stock. I don't know their metrics anymore, but they were doing a few $1 million a month and helping a lot of people in a lot of really challenging places on the globe. So
that's a great example. He really is a tremendous human being. Let me ask you one last thought question, if I may, Bill. Everyone who's watching has something in common, and I think about this way. Our show doesn't really appeal to people at the sort of a base level. It's not the lowest common denominator kind of show. I like to think of it instead as the highest common factor, if you will, or the greatest common factor, the thing that we have in common that is inspiring, and I think it is our collective desire to do good. I wonder, Bill, if you would just take a minute and give us one good tip for having more impact.
You know, I think that my one good tip would be don't be afraid to be selfish in the highest sense of the word. So, because really, out of all the things we can choose to spend our time on, the thing that provides the greatest return is helping others. And so it makes me feel good. And so maybe that's selfish because I'm doing something that makes me feel really good, first and foremost. And every day that's what gets me out of bed. You know, it really fills me up. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that, you know, admit that you're doing it because it makes you feel good to help others. And that would be my one tip.
That's a great tip. Great tip. Well, Bill, before you go, tell people how they can connect with you and RallyMe and learn more and figure out how to play in this space.
Great. Yeah, so RallyMe, we're, you know, www.rallyme.com, and there's no E in rally. It's RallyMe.com. And you can connect with me at Bill Kerig on Twitter. And you know, or any of the other social media platforms. And you know, if you know someone who's an athlete, or if you're an athlete yourself, or a coach, and you're lacking for a few funds, and you need a place to go and raise money relatively friction-free, think about RallyMe. And you know, if sports isn't your thing, go and use one of the other great crowdfunding platforms. Get out there and don't wait until things are perfect before you jump out and start doing. You know, just start. It's messy, but you make a difference, and you never know who you penetrate with your message. You know, things may be sinking in with people you'll never get to meet, and it won't happen if you don't start.
No, that's a great insight. I really want to thank you, Bill, for taking the time to be on the show, and we want to wish you every success in helping the next generation of great athletes to succeed.
Thank you, Devin.
All righty, let's do some good.